Okay, what's up guys? So today I'm going to take the grill and the intercooler and everything off to try to get this AC condenser out, but I wanted to show you guys, for some of the new people, how I have this thing in here. So this thing didn't fit how it is. So what I did was pull the bottom forward and then I can push it down. So I notched this section out, cut this so I can pull this forward, and I'm able to basically push this thing down in order to clear the hood latch. So this comes forward, bottom comes forward, and then I can slide it over the support system. So I'm going to pull this up. This will come up and in. It's kind of stubborn. So then this thing will eventually come out of here. One way or another. So I'm just going to kind of look, because I never actually bolted this thing in there. So I'm just going to look and make sure that nothing's wearing or like about to wear through. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. So yeah, that's how the intercooler comes out. So what I have here underneath is there's a bolt here and one over on this side underneath there. So I should be able to loosen those bolts, and then that support assembly will slide down. But I have my transcooler hooked up to this, bolted here. So I'm going to drop this thing down, pull the condenser out, and then I should be able to put that thing back up and still use this to mount my cooler. Okay, so it's pretty much just this piece right here. Pulled these two bolts out, it came all the way through and then gets sucked down in the back. So pulled that off. I'm going to end up reusing this because that's where the transcooler was mounted. So pop this thing down. I took the fan off. So let's see if we can maybe pull this thing down from the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Just slide it down, but see how loose it is. Hopefully, yeah, look at that. The transcooler line's out of the way. Is it really going to be this easy? Catching on a couple things. Let's be a little delicate with it. Well, that was probably kind of dumb. Let's be a little more delicate than that. Almost put a hole in the frickin' radiator. Not good. I do have a pretty big section hanging off over here, and then I have another piece mounting it. So I'm getting hung up on that piece right there coming out from the bottom. And this piece here. Okay, so I did bend this side in a little bit. We may have enough to clear. There we go. Right out the bottom. I really hope I didn't booger this thing up too bad. That one spot hit there. I hope this doesn't end up being a hole. Right there. Hope not. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But other than that, it's out. Other than that, everything's out. Put the intercooler back in, I should be able to test fit those other fans. Okay, so this is what I came up with. We got the 14-inch fan and the two 9-inch fans on the front as pushers pushing in. So I'll turn it on. Everything works pretty good. Those 9-inch fans, the individual 9-inch fans actually flow a lot better than that 14-inch fan. I was kind of surprised by that. That 14-inch fan is like, you can barely feel anything coming through, but the 9-inch fans you can feel pretty good. So this will all be opened up. They're underneath, I mean, if you're looking straight in, this is like a straight on look. There's a lot of wind and airflow just right underneath here. So this should be pretty good. I'm guessing this will work. Well, I should say I'm hoping it'll work. And just for fun, let's put the clamp on it. We'll set it to DC amps. So I did check this already, so I know what it's going to do. That's all three fans pulling 11 amps. I do just have the thing still hooked up to my blower circuit, so I turn the climate control on, and then the fans come on inside. And I was worried about how much current it was going to draw, so I was like looking at different relays, and I was even thinking about using like a battery isolator, because I was thinking these things were going to be about 15 to 20 amps a piece. And like, well, screw it, I'll just hook it up and see what they are actually drawing. 11 amps. So I just have it hooked up like I did before. Okay, got everything back together now. All the fans, everything are on there, hooked up. The transcooler does kind of block one of the fans, but this one's completely exposed underneath. That's like a straight on view, so it does, I think it gets pretty decent flow under there, but we'll see. Hopefully this thing works a little bit better. So just to clarify, I think I may be making this seem like it's a bigger deal than it is. When I'm cruising around, driving around, it stays at like a 212, 214. But if I hit like stoplights and I'm stuck in traffic, it'll start to creep up like 220 plus. So I want to be able to just like let it park and idle and not have to worry about it. So that's what I'm going for. But just driving the truck, like the last couple videos, I told you I was driving it for like over an hour at a time. The one day I put 100 miles on it. So it's not like it's a really terrible issue as long as I'm actually driving it. So, but I want to be able to just, like I said, park it, walk away from it while it's running, and just let it sit there like a normal vehicle. So that's the goal.